Joining us now with more about what we can expect from the IPO market this year is Dan Cummings. He's head of global equity capital markets at Bank of America Merrill Lynch. He oversees IPOs, secondary offerings, and other equity products for the bank. So, Dan, overseeing all that, safe to say you've been fairly busy as of late.
We're staying very busy. I think you're right. It's a difficult, broader market, but the new issue market has been very robust. There's a lot of growth embedded in the new issue market, which frankly doesn't exist in some of the secondary markets right now. So we've got a little bit of something for everyone, and we're very optimistic for the balance of the year.
You know, we get so excited when we look at some of the activity in the secondary market. We look at things like Facebook and so on and so forth. Can we read a lot into what's going on in the secondary market as to what could go on in the IPO market?
Well, you know, Carol, I think what's important about the secondary market is it tells you something about investor psychology, about sentiment. And I think in order for people to really take a good hard look at new issues, they have to feel comfortable with what they already own in their portfolio. Right now, I think investors are underweight equities. I think new issues are still being well received. They're trading reasonably well in the aftermarket. Some make more headlines than others. But at the end of the day, the capital formation process has been very active so far in 2011.
You know, when we talk, Dan, about the big IPO, I think we all think of Facebook. Obviously, we don't know when that's going to come. I'd love to hear your take on that. But do you think the guys at Facebook sit back and wait while these smaller companies, LinkedIn, Pandora, Zynga, test the waters for them?
You know, Matt, I think that Facebook enjoys a very strong position in the marketplace such that they can probably access the markets in any market environment. They have such an enormous installed base of users. They are so well known. The service is ubiquitous. I think they do stand alone from the standpoint of potential new issues. That being said, there's a lot of other opportunities out there that people are very focused on that you report on every day. And I think what is interesting is we're starting to see some of these companies now getting ready to get on the diving board and approach the public markets.
What's it called?
Well, you know, Dan, that's interesting, but let me ask you about the performance, because not so interesting. We've been tracking here at Bloomberg, and the performance of IPOs, they've gained less than 3% on average. Doesn't sound like stellar performance is there. What does that also tell you about kind of the health of the IPO market and what kind of momentum we might see going forward?
Yeah, you know, Carol, you're right. The aftermarket performance has been somewhat muted, and we've certainly seen some of the gains we had earlier in the year claw their way back in recent weeks and in the last month. At the same time, I think we have seen very many successful deals. We have seen some deals that have appreciated significantly in the aftermarkets. I think there is right now a sense of uncertainty and skepticism. We're also approaching the quarter end, which is a time when I think people do, in many cases, take their risk bets off. But so far, I think that the successes outweigh some of the deals that were more challenging.
Right.
We'd like to see on a risk-adjusted basis returns a little bit better, but for now, I think we're attracting the right investors.
Well, we'll certainly keep a watch on it. Dan Cummings over at B of A Merrill Lynch, thank you so much.